Thank you so much. I would welcome you warmly to the WWEA webinar. This is the 12th WWEA webinar, and welcome to this webinar, which is again the second webinar in a series of our half-year reviews of the world markets for wind power. This session is dedicated to Europe, the Middle East, North Africa, and African countries. We had the webinar on Asia and Australia last week. Reason for that is, on the one hand, that we have so many countries that it's too much to do all of them in one webinar, and the second is, of course, the time difference, because what is already late for the Eastern Hemisphere is too early for Western Hemisphere. So I'm again happy to have an excellent panel of speakers here with us. You will hear first-hand information from some of the important markets. We have chosen some markets which are, some of them which are not sometimes in the focus of attention, but still important to understand what the impact of what the current developments are, and also what the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic crisis is that is still ongoing. We heard from Asia and Australia that the corona situation there has an impact. It leads to delay, but that's just a short-term impact, and that in the long term, all our speakers were very confident that actually wind power deployment will be accelerated. So let's hear what our speakers today have to say. Let me inform you about some group rules. I would request everyone to stay muted until you're requested to speak. Of course, the speakers primarily. If we have time for questions and answers, you're also, of course, then will be called to speak. For questions, we also have the chat here, where you can post your questions if you like. Also address the person you would like to answer that question, and we will try to address all questions. Let me also mention that this is a public webinar. We, of course, will record the webinar here, so we will make the recordings available after the webinar. And we also have a live stream on YouTube in parallel with this webinar. So it's not only the people that are joining us here, but we will have additional viewers outside the group that you can see here. Thanks a lot to everyone already now who has been or will contribute to making this webinar an interesting webinar, in particular to our partner, Profec Ventus. And let me mention that, as you know, we offer these webinars for free. Those of you who would like to be part of the webinars, please contact us. Those of you who want to support our work, we're always happy to welcome new members for the World Wind Energy Association. And we have also for companies a range of sponsorship options to give them visibility.